Hello everybody and welcome to Sunset Overdrive.
It's a f***ing video game.
Hello everybody, it's Matt and I am back with my second video to talk about Sunset Overdrive, so let's do it. I remember back in 2014 seeing a trailer for a game that was almost making fun of other games and how serious other games are. A game that looked really fun, silly, and engaging. This game, of course, was none other than Sunset Overdrive. Keep in mind that during 2014 at E3, all the trailers seemed to be over-the-top, edgy trailers that were taking themselves too seriously, like Call of Duty, Battlefield, stuff like that. I don't think Battlefield had a trailer that year, but you know what I mean. It was games like that, just over-the-top, in-your-face action games that were taking themselves way too seriously. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I love trailers like that every now and then, but it seemed like the industry at that time was focused solely on making those kind of games, which, again, is fine, and a lot of people love them, and I'm included in that population of people, but it was nice to see a game come out and not take itself seriously, just kind of point the finger at all the other games that were taking themselves so seriously. I'm almost ashamed to say that Sunset Overdrive was one of those games that kind of slipped through my hands at its release date, but thank God for Game Pass, which is the reason why I was able to enjoy this game finally. And it's an incredibly good value if you're looking to play hundreds of games, but that's another topic for another video. But back to the topic of Sunset Overdrive. Sunset Overdrive is definitely its own experience. I'm struggling to think of any game that can really compare to Sunset Overdrive. Maybe if I really stretch it, I could compare Infamous from PS4 to Sunset Overdrive, but even then, Infamous is much more grounded in kind of reality, even though, the main character has superpowers, but it's more grounded in a sort of reality. Whereas Sunset Overdrive is completely over the top, balls out, absolutely fucking insane from start to finish in the best way possible. In Sunset Overdrive, however, there are no superpowers, and in superpowers' place, there's actually weapons. A lot of really awesome weapons too, to be quite honest. My favorite of which, the Flaming Compensator, which is basically like a shotgun and a flamethrower mixed together. And all weapons have slots for amps. And what amps are is basically different ways you can customize your weapons and give them, for example, fire damage or freeze damage. There's really a lot of awesome things that you can do to your weapons on this game. It's kind of really up to you on how you want to customize it, what damage you want it to do and everything. But it gives you a lot of choice and upgradability. But this game isn't just about weapon customization. The combat and the traversal in this game are both ridiculously fun. You could go from one end of the map all the way to the other end of the map and not even touch the ground once. That's how awesome the traversal is. And while you're making that journey from one end of the map to the other end, there's never going to be a shortage of enemies for you to kill along the way. Take all these different elements of gameplay into account, and you've got yourself a pretty awesome game. And that's before you even add the humor and the charm that most games by Insomniac Games tend to have, and this game is no exception. This game has a lot of charm to it, and there's so much humor that you could find in various different places throughout the game. I think it's a really awesome time. All in all, I really can't recommend this game enough. I think it's one of my top 10 games of this generation, and if you haven't tried it, you should really do yourself a favor and try it out. I think it's really underrated. I think it's an 83 on Metacritic or something insane. It should really be higher than that. It's a really great game. And if you have Game Pass on Xbox, like I said, do yourself a favor and try it out. If you like funny, silly, over-the-top games, you're going to love this game. So, Try it out and tell me what you think. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.